As a result of this decision, businesses are going to flee New York with tens of thousands of jobs. Trump goes off on crooked New York courts during Michigan's speech. And rightfully so. I mean, this judge is making him pay over $350 million for a discrepancy that wasn't fraud. I mean, if they can go after him for what happened, they can go after any single business if you accidentally overprice your assets. I mean, and the thing is, it wasn't overpriced. Look at they undervalued um his Mar-a-Lago place because they if you look at other houses in the area, which a lot of people did, you will see with more than two, three times of what the judge is saying Mar-a-Lago is worth, which is just crazy. It's this whole thing is corrupt, and Trump is right to be upset about this, and it's give president to what happened. I mean, that means they can come after any businesses. So if you are a business, if you are a conservative or you don't believe in the values and stuff that's going on in New York, I advise you to run as fast as possible to somewhere else because they don't have your values at heart. They don't care anything about the Constitution. They don't care anything about um, laws or anything. They can come in and say you're doing wrong when you're obviously not doing wrong. Because think about it, if they go after him, they definitely can go after you. Who was the first person they started booting from platforms? Who the first person they first started censoring? It was Trump. And then what happened? After they went after Trump, they started censoring everyone else. So I think anything they would do to him, they would start doing to the public. So we're gonna talk a little bit about this. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Now, this comes from the Gateway pundit's Jim Hoff, and he reports that President Trump was in rare form Saturday night at his massive rally in Waterford Township, Michigan. The rally was held one day after a New York City judge ordered him to pay $355 million to New York State for paying his business loans off in time with interest. And the thing is, they had the head of the bank there, and they asked this guy, and he was like, "Yeah, he paid off his loan. We didn't have any problems. There was nothing wrong with what happened. The banks were happy. The bank was happy with what they got off of the loan that they gave Trump. So how was it fraud? Who was hurt in this? But this case could possibly be the start of the end of the United States as we know it, if it is not overturned. Democrats are behaving like rabid Marxists in their lawfare attacks on President Trump and his supporters. They demand that the people genuflect to their power and never question their lies. It's straight out of Mao's Little Red Book. Trump fired a warning shot at New York State on Saturday night. This will not end well for the Empire State. All right, so they just talk about what he says in the speech here. I'm just gonna play it here.
Lunatics. There's no respect, there's no decorum, especially for someone that they know hasn't done anything wrong. We haven't done anything wrong. We've done nothing wrong. This last case is we haven't done anything wrong. How about the one 2 weeks ago? A woman, I'm saying, who the hell is she? Who is the woman? It's so unfair what's happening in our country. Our court system is a mess. What's happening in our country, they have to straighten it out. All you see is bitterness and revenge and hatred. Judge Engoron just fined me $355 million for doing everything right. 355. And these repulsive abuses of power are not just an attack on me. They're really an attack on you and all Americans. It's a disgusting thing. I deal with a bank. The bank is happy. There's no victims. There's no anything. $355 million. I paid off a mortgage for a tiny fraction of that amount. I borrowed money, and they wanted me to borrow the money. I didn't even need the money. They want, because that's what they do. They loan money, and they like to loan it to good people. So they loan me money, and they charge me a fine in New York State. Nobody's going back to New York State. A lot of people are leaving, a lot of businesses. But they fined me $355 million. It's the law. Nothing like this has ever happened. This judge is a lunatic, and if you've ever watched him, and the Attorney General may be worse, You ever watch her? I will get Donald Trump, her campaign. I will get Donald Trump, I promise I will get him. She knows nothing about me, nothing about me. She says, I will get him. As a result of this decision, businesses are going to flee New York State, they already are, taking with them tens of thousands of jobs because they can't subject themselves to this. And if this persecution of political opponents continues, no one will want to do business in the United States of America any longer. We will truly become a third world country. We are already in many ways. If you look at our border, we are worse than.
Facts, all facts, all facts, all facts. I mean, they are destroying this country piece by piece. The Marxists are destroying this country. And he made the point that there was no victim. How can he go? How can he be fraud if there's no victim? And that's just the thing there. It's sad what's happening to our country. Hopefully it'll be overturned, but we'll see. But let me know what you think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.